All right, wonderful. Hi, everybody. This is Sanchez here for Success Weekly. That's our name. We don't know if we're going to stick with that name, but we're working on that name because this is going to be a weekly webinar. I want to welcome you and I thank you so much for joining us. I know that you could do all sorts of other things on a Thursday night, but you have chosen to be with us. And so just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. My goal is to help you grow as an entrepreneur and investor. My goal is to bless you and to make you prosper, not only the area of your finances, but actually in every area of your life. However, I just must tell you that the reason why we have a weekly show is because I want you to be a success in specifically the area of your finances. Now, no, you know my bent, you know where I'm coming from. I'm a preacher and I'm a spiritual author. So definitely I will be talking about your values. I'm going to talking about your spiritual life because that's the foundation. Listen to me. If your spiritual life is not there, if your spiritual life is in shambles, then every other area of your life will be in shambles. Please understand this. Your spiritual life is the foundation of every area of your life. Now, if your spiritual life is secure and strong and solid, then it will be the basis for a great family life. It will be the basis for your health. It will also be a wonderful foundation for your financial life. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome to our weekly online webinar. We call it now Success Weekly. Today I'm going to invite, you're going to hear from two friends of mine, and husband and wife, lovely couple. They love one another. They've got amazing, a beautiful family, but they're also fantastic entrepreneurs. And if you have gone to maybe a market, streets along the way, beside schools, and you will see this donut store called Happy House. Well, they are the owners of this chain of donut stores. How many are they? You won't believe this, but they have 600 plus of them all over. It's crazy. How in the world can they do this? They're going to share with you how they built their business, and maybe you can pick up lessons so that you too can become an entrepreneur, so that you too can build your own business. And then we're going to delve into their other businesses that they've been putting up. And what are the lessons? Why are they so successful? What principles did they use so that you too can use it for your own businesses? Are you a entrepreneur now with your business? How can you make it grow? Or are you an employee, but you want to start something on the side? Maybe you're going to learn something that from their story. So open up your ears and open up your eyes. They're going to share with you how they start a new business, how they find out, oh, maybe that's a good business, and what are the steps that they take? And what kind of attitude and disposition that they have, the disposition and the attitude that you must have if you want to start your business. Are you ready? We're excited. I'm excited to share them with you right now. Please welcome my friends, Do and Moy. Please come. Yay. Thank you. All right. This is Andrew and this is Moy. And she is now with a baby. She is pregnant.
Yep, it's a blessing.
All right. Should I move the microphone a bit closer to you? All right. And then you have to speak loud. Okay. So that, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
And it's amazing how this couple is such a blessing to me, my family. We're good friends. We serve God together. And then in the Truly Rich Club, they're platinum members of the Truly Rich Club for some time now, and very generous in sharing their wisdom. How did Happy House begin? Can we show it to them? Just so that. Okay, this is their business. happy house, and they're going to share with you how they started a business. They're going to share, that's in people's minds. You like I want to start a business, or I already have a business. How do I make it grow?
Yeah, well, in our case, our family, my father especially, has been in the donut business for decades,
Okay.
decades already. So we know the ins and outs of the business. And the original brand that we had, he sold it years ago. And we saw the potential that there was a room in the market for an economical donut, a mass
Okay.
market donut.
Okay.
And since we know the costs and everything, we decided to push through with the business and start the brand. And so 11, maybe 10, 11 years ago, we did. And it started in a very humble place in called Antipolo.
Wow.
And started with our
Your first store.
Our first store. And
That was 11 years ago.
Yeah. And our first franchisee was a golf caddy.
Golf caddy.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Not even it wasn't a company-owned store. It wasn't some guy who had a lot of money to start a business. We just wanted to try it out with someone who could take care of the business.
Yes.
And eventually, that time we didn't even offer any franchise packages for free.
Woohoo!
If you
Lucky
wanted to
guy.
there were several of them. If you wanted to do business, go ahead.
Because you really wanted to see if it'll work.
Yes, and we wanted to get our brand out there, and we didn't want to have any obstacles for them to say, why would you charge something you're not even known? You're something new.
I think that's one principle I can pick out and just share it to our friends watching us, Andrew, is that I noticed that entrepreneurs like you, when you start a business, you don't want to earn right away. If you earn right away, yay!
Yeah.
But it's not like something that you're testing the market, you're finding ways. You really are looking not so much for income, but for wisdom.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the first things my father told me in several businesses we have. Because don't get me wrong, we're not instant successes. We've had a lot of failures also to begin with.
Yes.
But one thing my dad always told me is that don't expect to make money in the first year or second year of your business.
Right.
Because you have to, like you always say, learn how to fail, but fail small, right?
Yes, right.
So that's what happened. That's how we started Happy House.
Wow.
And in this case, it was very small because it was only a 3 square meter area, and the risk for the rental was really small. And it was fun. It was a fun start. We really went to all these places and talked to all sorts of people. Yeah.
Wow. So in the first year of your business, how many branches did you have?
I would say around 25 maybe branches.
In 1 year?
Actually, maybe that's around 8, 9 months because we started around March.
Okay.
So that was the first year of our business. And then
amazing.
Because I think in the Philippines, donuts are a staple already because every corner you see them.
That's right.
And everyone wants their sweets.
It's like a comfort food.
Yeah. And so automatically we saw it was working. So the next year we had around 150, 300, 400. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it's not all good.
Yeah.
There's always any successful business will always have problems.
Absolutely. I mean, if you don't have problems, it will not be successful.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the price that you pay.
Yeah.
So what were those problems?
Oh, I think it'll take more than hours to solve those problems. But if you think that we look at, even now we still have problems. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's always there.
Of course.
But if we look back at our old problems now, it's hard not to laugh.
Oh.
It's hard not to laugh. And it's so nice to see the creativity of the Filipino people.
Wow.
Yeah, you'd imagine that you'd have all bases covered, that your business is theft free.
Oh gosh.
It's really fun. Even our trucks. So sometimes they call it I don't know if I can say the word. It's a paihi.
Yeah.
So the diesel in the middle of the road, someone flashes a light and they say, "Oh, you wanna give us some diesel?"
Oh my god.
So when we figured that out, we put a lock.
Woo!
Put a lock on the gas tank.
Yeah.
And it's so creative for the drivers that were, of course, not with us anymore now.
Of course.
They turned to the tires.
Oh.
The tires. The tires were brand new.
Yeah.
So they could sell that off and buy second-hand
Second-hand
tires.
Oh.
So what we did is we had to be creative. Also, we painted all the tires orange, just like our company color. So yeah, we get all sorts of problems. That's just one of them. But
I can, speaking of trucks, I can just imagine if you have 600 stores all over, how many trucks go back and forth, back and forth?
yeah, on the average, we have around 10 to 15 branches per truck. So it's around
Wow.
50 to 55 trucks
Oh,
every day.
good. Moving around.
Every day, yeah. Because
Amazing.
our donuts are sold fresh every day.
Yes.
So we make them right now. They're being made right now, and they get delivered at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning.
Oh.
And yeah, the trucks come back before noon.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Amazing. So after 11 years of being an entrepreneur for this specific business,
Yeah.
can you share with me, one, two, three lessons that you feel people need to hear? Uh, because let's face it, people like the idea of not having a job, not having a boss,
Mhm.
and going to starting a business. But I like what you said when you said, "Hey, you want to be a successful businessman or business person, you're going to have problems.
Yeah.
You're going to face it." So whether you have a job or you have a business, if you don't like problems, you then don't have both. I mean, don't be an employee and don't be an entrepreneur. But the difference with an entrepreneur is that the buck stops with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you lose money, it's your money. If you're working for a company, you're using the company's money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess my realization just recently, actually, just because of the True Leaders Club as well, that in any business or endeavor that you have, you have to have a purpose, and that purpose has to be bigger than all the problems that you're gonna face.
I love that. I love
That's,
what you
I think
said.
that's the most important lessons that we've learned, because if you don't have a purpose and you encounter all sorts of problems,
You want to just give up?
yeah. Why would you even think about staying in that business?
Yeah. Put your money in the stock market and live
Yeah,
a
yeah.
comfortable life.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if there's a purpose for you, for
Yeah.
that company, for what you're doing every day, for all the people that you have bad feelings for every day, then those bad feelings get justified.
Yeah.
Because there's a bigger reason for why you do it.
Purpose.
Yeah.
Friends, I hope you heard that word. If you have a bigger purpose than your problems, you will continue. For example, part of your purpose is the 600 families
Yeah.
that are being fed by your stores.
Yeah.
And not counting your truck drivers, not counting your head office personnel.
Yeah.
Huge operation, crazy.
Yes,
Yeah.
crazy. We had to deal with 300 franchisees, 300 employees, and 600 plus outlets.
Yeah.
And the logistics and
Oh,
everything.
God.
So it's really crazy. Like, yeah, you gotta preserve your sanity somewhere. But
Yeah.
as long as that's what when we realize that when there's a purpose behind your business, everything's worthwhile. So
Wow.
it's like of course it's good that the business is doing well, it's profitable,
Yes.
but the stress sometimes it gets into you.
Wow.
So whenever we think that we we're actually being able to help a lot of people through this business, everything is worthwhile.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. There you have it. You need to have something. Uh, some people think that a purpose of the business just to earn money. That's all. But you're saying now through your example, through your life story, that no, it cannot just be money, because if it's just money, then you'll just get so frustrated.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, actually, of course, any business is there to earn money.
Of course.
But in our case, aside from earning money, we were sort of guided into the direction that you can make money, and you can even make more money by helping other people.
That's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can make more money by helping other people.
Yeah.
So
That's a great principle.
for example,
If you don't mind, I'm gonna eat while you share. Okay.
just
I
last
always
year,
eat every webinar.
yeah. So for example, just last year, we had a house helper
Mhm.
who had to who couldn't continue to work for us because she has to support her 3 kids and she's a single mom. So
Mm.
she's actually a stay out helper. So what we did was we tried uh, like giving her not actually giving her, but we have this program that we can actually help her put up a happy house donut business. So in
Wow.
short, like she became an entrepreneur. Or we help
Oh,
her.
wow.
And then that store used to be like um, selling like 1,000 pesos a day. So when she took over, because that store became hers, it became 3,000 a day, like triple.
Wow.
Yeah, in sales.
It's
So
different when you're the owner.
Yes, yes.
It's very different.
You sell more. I don't know. Maybe she smiled to everybody more.
yeah, and, she stays until 9:30 in
Wow.
the evening. She makes sure that everything is sold out. It's really like,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that same program is that's what we're pushing now.
Yes.
Because you're right, they're the owners. They're not gonna be lazy. They're not gonna be. I'll be late an hour. I'll go home an hour earlier.
No.
Because everything they sell, this is for my son, for my daughter. This is for my family. So they really have the drive to do better because everything they get is theirs,
Wow.
and it's not for free.
Yes.
We didn't give any dole outs to her. I think
No.
our package. So by the way, our package is 35,000 pesos. It's
So
actually
35,000 pesos per store,
yes per store.
and that includes the what?
The training, the booth, the showcase is landed loan to the franchisee,
Okay. Okay.
and there's actually a 10,000 peso refundable fee.
Wow.
Let's say after a couple of years, the franchisee decides, oh, I'm moving, I
Yeah.
can't take care of this store anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with the store.
Yeah.
Then they can just return the showcase. We'll return the 10,000 pesos.
Okay.
So
All right.
for the case of our helper,
Yeah.
she's actually paying installments.
Oh, so yeah, because your helper, of course, doesn't have.
Yeah,
I would,
yeah.
conclude she doesn't have the 35,000. So you're saying you just said, okay, pay it installment.
Yeah,
But she's earning
she's earning
really well now.
She's earning around 15,000 pesos net a
Wow.
month just on donuts.
Yeah.
Just on the donut.
So she's also selling load and soft drinks.
She's
So
very
yeah,
business-minded.
we're really happy for her,
Oh, that's great.
and that's the kind of model we're trying to duplicate now.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're offering people who are really hardworking and honest, if they qualify,
Yeah.
that they've got the integrity, they'll say, sir, ma'am, pwede ba akong may-ari? Ako na po
Yes.
ang may-ari ng
Yeah.
store. Wow. Pero wala po akong 35,000. So you're saying, sige, let's go
Yeah.
through an installment.
Yeah. But of course, our conditions are it has to go through the usual
Yeah,
screening of
of
our
course,
franchisee
of
that the
course.
store has to be the location has to be approved.
Yes.
And
Which is very important.
yes, of course, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a millionaire, and
Wow.
it's something that we will try to keep on pushing.
Yeah.
So I just came from Tallinn Island this morning, and I love doing that. I love disrupting my schedule just to come face to face with poorer people. I mean, but happy.
Yeah.
They were so happy, but sometimes, I mean, I get to I get to look at the people I meet are all entrepreneurs, businessmen, big ones. So I like disrupting my schedule and just spend a day with that because it reminds me purpose. It
Right.
reminds me. It was Father Stephen, a friend of mine. He said he was going through a really tough time in his priesthood, like really tough, and he went through depression and he was thinking of, maybe this is not my call. And then he visited the poor. So visited the poorest of the poor, and boom, his purpose came back. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, that's why he says, my friend says, this priest said, I need the poor. And I see that even as entrepreneurs, if like what you're doing right now, you're helping a lot of people, but in the area of livelihood. So that is wonderful. In Talim Island, a while ago, I asked if I could visit the livelihood projects there in the island. And I visited one of them, a furniture bamboo thing, and they were making very, very nice
Yeah.
bamboo stuff for the house, homes. And yeah, I love that. I love looking at that and seeing how we could help. And
Yeah.
so, wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Actually, that's what we
amazing.
did with the He Cares
Oh, yeah.
Foundation.
He Cares Foundation is a
Yeah.
street kids ministry that we're supporting. Go ahead.
Yeah. So one of our friends, Marco, was there, and then we realized that hey, you can why not put a Happy House donut store right in front of He Cares since
Yeah.
there's a public school
Yeah.
right in front. So
Yeah.
there's actually a market. So we tried it out, and then the proceeds went to the scholars.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
yeah, actually, we're so happy that it's actually doing well.
it's doing well.
It's doing well, and it's yeah, and actually they just posted recently
Yeah.
online that one of their graduates like was who is this?
He graduated because of the donuts.
No, not really. Not the,
No,
I'm sure because of He Cares, because we're very thankful for these foundations. You know, it gives us a channel
Yes.
to do the works that God wants us to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. You know, maybe. Oh, somebody is asking why the Happy House name.
Actually, I don't know. No, because we were going to the mass market, so we didn't want any complicated names
Yeah,
that people were
okay.
clueless about. You know,
Yeah, and Filipinos generally are happy people. You know.
Oh.
So
yeah, and I think it's sort of we like to see it as like foreshadowing.
right.
Because that time, okay, Happy House is a nice name, and our first franchisee was the Golf Caddy. If you think about it now, we want to, because one of the reasons why we're doing this was we met some OFWs in Taiwan, and
Oh.
I'm sure some of them are doing very well, but some are very unhappy,
Yeah.
and because they're separated from their family.
Oh.
So if we think about now, this livelihood program can help them out and
Yeah.
bring them close, bring them back to their families.
Bring them back home.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
aside from the money, people need their moms, their dads even more.
Oh, absolutely.
So if we think about it now, it's like foreshadowing. Our first franchisee was Marco Alcadi. So those are the types of people we're trying to help.
Yes.
And Happy House, maybe it's a reason why it's Happy House. Want to bring the Filipino family back together in their house.
Wonderful.
I don't know. I'm just discerning
Yeah.
about it. So maybe.
Wonderful. Andrew and Moy, this is not your only business. You started recently a new business. Can you share about that? Because what I want people to get from you is, how do you spot a business? Where does that come from? I want to start a business. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, as Michelle mentioned earlier, I think it's it's a sea of abundance around
Yes.
us, like as you always say. So in this case, we are building.
You need to believe in them, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. There's opportunity everywhere. You just have to keep your
Because
eyes open.
there are people I've met who are very like they've got these, what do you call those, like for horses?
Or horses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very
Blinders.
blinders, because that's what they put for a racehorse,
Yeah.
so that he only sees the front. And many people have that, and it's so narrow, and they don't see the abundance. They have a scarcity mindset,
That's
Yeah.
true.
and what happens is that people don't see the opportunities out there, but you need to believe.
Yeah.
You need to believe.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, like you said, you have to believe that we're already blessed. We just need to keep our eyes, ears open. So
Yeah.
in this case, we have a modular business. It's like we build cabinets or
Okay.
tables or partitioning.
And how did you get into this second business?
Yeah, we actually we were blessed with a new home, so we started doing all the building inside, and we saw that we had a modular system in our kitchen and our closet, and it landed in our lap that we could do this, and we met someone who was not satisfied with her existing
Yeah.
situation with her company, so we decided maybe we can do a project.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's still the beginning, exploratory talks, and she was in the industry. We had nothing to do with construction at all. So, okay, let's try it. I mean,
Yeah.
the investment wasn't too big, so if we failed, it would be a small failure.
Yeah.
So we pursued it, and then we waited for this January to do all the papers.
Yeah.
Since it's annual, so we wouldn't waste any money if we did it late last year.
Wow.
And we were looking for a warehouse for this business, and all of a sudden we had a client,
Wow.
quite a big client actually.
Very good.
So we are rushing to find a warehouse. I mean, it's a blessing. Why should we
Yeah.
reject it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, we just kept our eyes open and
Yeah.
kept talking to people.
Yeah.
Kept talking. We attended the TRC, and the TRC always teaches us, to be open-minded, and you don't have, like you said, you don't have to have a blinder that this is your only business,
Yeah.
or I'm an employee. This is it.
Yeah.
So it's more of, hey, why not?
Yeah. Wonderful.
We were just being like led to this business.
Yeah.
It's just like to share that, because being a TRC member, we received this God Whispers
Yeah.
emails, and
Yeah.
daily emails.
If you're a member of the Truly Rich Club, you know that
Yeah.
members receive a God Whispers email. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just like to share this story because I'll never forget January 19th, just this year. I woke up in the morning, I checked my mail, and then I saw like God Whispers mail, and then it says there, Dear Michelle, doors of opportunity are opening in your life. The breakthrough that you're praying for is here.
Wow.
Rejoice.
Wow.
God. And then it's PS, trust in the Lord. So I just read it, and then okay, so I just put the phone aside, and then continued, went to the office, went home, and then when I came home, like my husband Andrew, he told me, hey, guess what? We got the whole project for the modular business, the whole building, And I said, oh, I think I read something early this morning. I just want to make sure that I wasn't dreaming yet. So when I went through it again, I said, oh my, the Lord is really at work here.
Wow.
Praise God. for
Wow.
that.
That's amazing. Your first client, and it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. We had a lot of problems also on the
Yeah.
project, but it's a blessing. So
Yeah.
we just have
I'm
to-
sure you'll have problems because it's a new business.
Yeah,
Right.
And
definitely.
you're still finding your way in, but and I think that's the if you want to start a business, you should have the ability to say, okay, what are the problems today? It's like a
Yeah.
sense of not like oh no problems, no, but it's
Yes.
the entrepreneurs are people who say, let me solve a few problems today,
Yeah.
and that's the way to go. It's really attitude. No?
That's true.
Your attitude has to be so important. And my business mentor, our business mentor, Edward Lee, he loves saying this, that he has yet to meet a entrepreneur who's a pessimist, a successful entrepreneur who's a pessimist. He said
Yeah.
all his friends who are very successful, they cannot be pessimists. You can't. You just have to believe.
I agree.
You have to believe that blessing is out there,
Yeah.
abundance is out there. It's possible to make money here.
Yeah.
And for us who have a commitment to a higher purpose, we believe that there's a way to help people.
That's true.
There's a way to uplift people from poverty through our businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. If you have any questions, feel free to give us these, write them down in our comment section, and we'd love to get to answer them. And then I'll be giving also the contact details of Andrew and Moy, just in case you want to contact their office and ask about any opportunity that they have for you and for your family and for your loved ones. Speaking of that, Andrew and Moy, I want to thank you for being part of this program, being part of the Truly Rich Club, being part of all the ministries that we do. It's such a blessing. It's really.
We're the ones who are blessed,
Yes.
actually, because we look at life in a different way.
That's right. Yeah.
From before, our focus is just our business, just our family. Now, there's a reason for us to wake up every morning happier.
And we have to thank you. for inspiring
Thank
us.
you. Thank you so much. What's the maybe my last questions would be, where do you see yourself, 5 years from now?
Well, you want to go ahead? Okay, for me, 5 years from now, of course, in terms of the business side, we're still looking into more businesses
Yes.
Okay.
because
Wow.
I mean, there's not a lack of people that we can help.
Wow.
And every business that we open, we always want a lot of percentage for the people who work for us. And if it's a franchise, then the partners we have outside as well.
Yeah.
In fact, for Happy House and our other businesses, our vision, all companies have a vision. So ours used to be the number one donut company in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Anyone wants to say be ambitious, right?
Yes.
But now, just last year, we changed it. Our vision now is to help. It's inspired by Pope Francis also, to help more people, especially those in the peripheries, and the people inside the company.
Woo!
So it's very general, and all our mission statements will have to be to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Can you believe that? If you're, some people they say, when is enough enough? And some people they have a goal. Maybe imagine if you are in the shoes of Andrew and Michelle. Let's say we want to have this business for, let's say, have 300 stores, and then you reach it. What's next? Okay, I'll make it to 600, and then you reach it. But some people stop. Actually, they stop and say, okay, I'm going to coast, I'm going to relax, I'm going to the beach house, I'm going to hire a CEO, let him take care of it. I'm going to just rest for the rest of my life and watch TV or whatever. People do that if the bigger purpose is not there. Huh?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, when I ask you, how do you see yourself 5 years from now? And you say, I'm going to put up more businesses.
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
'Cause-
Because you want to help.
Yeah, and I think I heard it in one of the talks in TRC as well. I think it's from you, brother. But it's when you retire, you're not dead,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You retire so you can actually have more time to do your purpose.
absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Wow. Okay. Questions. Is Happy House open for franchising?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely, we're open for franchising.
Okay. Ano ang requirements para mag-franchise?
I would say the number one requirement would be the ambition to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
That's number one. Because if you're 50-50 that you want to be an employee,
Yeah.
it's a bit hard to
Yeah.
dedicate your time.
Okay.
And in requirements basically are a location,
Yeah.
a site, and that's it.
Yep.
That's it. If you have a location, we'll send our people to check it out
Okay.
because we want to make sure that the franchisee will make money.
Yeah.
We can approve 100 sites, but
Yeah.
if they're not good sites, we'll just take the money and run.
Yeah.
So that's not the kind of business we're into.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can. Do you collect royalties? How does it work?
Yeah, we do not have royalties. In fact, for our what do you call this? When we deliver our donuts daily, so there's leftovers, of course. If you're sold out, then good, but that means you missed out on opportunity sales.
Okay.
So our competitors sometimes they give a percentage that you can return.
Okay.
For us, it's 100% returnable
Whoa.
because we want to make sure that you reach your maximum potential.
Oh my
And that's
God.
factored into our cost. And sometimes people are scared to order because they get lots of leftovers. We tell them, it's part of the business.
Woo.
Part of the business. So aside from we don't collect royalties, we take care of our franchisees. We want to make sure that they make the most they can.
Yeah.
Because for us, if we help these guys, it's also
Yeah.
good for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't have any royalties.
All right. There's a funny question. Ilang donuts ang ginagawa nyo sa isang buwan?
Let's see. Yeah. Ginagawa. Yeah. I guess you could peg it at 100,000 donuts a day.
Oh,
So-
gosh.
Yeah.
Times 30?
Yeah.
Oh, my
My
God.
math is not. I'm the same as.
Okay, I can handle that. My math is okay in terms of addition and multiplication. So, Although my wife's time still sometimes corrects me, but that's 3 million donuts every single month.
That's how much we make.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not what we sell.
Because you said the franchise or the store can actually return
Yes,
100%.
Yeah.
Woo! Well, that's
So
great. for
yeah,
you.
especially when times there's typhoons, the
Wow.
schools call off classes, so it's a headache. But like I said, the problems are there. It's part of the business.
Yeah.
Part of the business. And I really believe that if you take care of your people, they'll take care of your business also.
Yeah.
The sense of loyalty and faithfulness that they have. I mean, not everyone, but a big chunk,
Yeah.
a majority. Ang bestseller, the flavor they want to buy.
Yeah. Well,
and eat.
I think just like any other donut company, but our crew members would like to pronounce it differently. They
Okay.
call it Barbarian. That's Bavarian donut. Yeah. That's
This one.
It's
The
this
one.
one. Yeah.
This one, right?
That's the best seller.
Okay.
100%.
It's like almost 18%, I think.
18%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Ano ang ginagawa niyo sa donut na hindi nabibenta?
Yeah, actually, technically it's wasted because as much as we want to donate it to orphanages or wherever, it's difficult because our stores are, like you said earlier, it's situated in wet markets and some terminals. So we don't know if there are pests that walk through it. So
It will
what
be
we do is,
dangerous.
when it gets back to the kitchen, we have to count them individually
Wow.
because it's part of the accounting system. And then we tear it up to make sure that it's not sold.
Yeah.
And then people from what do you call this? I'm not sure what you call them, but they buy it per kilo,
Oh, okay.
and then they dry it and they put it into feeds for fish and for hogs.
Okay.
But it's a very small amount that's not even.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not enough to recover anything.
Okay, okay. Can you share a big challenge in your business and how you overcame it?
Well, I think the biggest challenge would be in any business the manpower,
Yeah.
people. Because people, like you said, if you have the right people in place, your business will run much better.
Yeah.
So our people are good, but I think they can do better. It's just a matter of motivating them and giving them the proper training. But we had one incident. Well, it's still happening, but it's a very small problem now. One of our competitors kind of have a mole, like an insider, an insider in our company, and they put up another brand to compete with us directly.
Yeah.
And the way they went about it was not nice because they kind of used money and to pirate our franchises as well.
Woo.
So we were very afraid because
Yeah.
they had deeper pockets than we did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're happy that we remain faithful to our loyal franchisees.
Wow.
And actually, it was even a blessing in disguise.
Why?
When our franchisee decided not to transfer to their, let's say, an example, they didn't shift to the competitor.
Yeah.
The competitor opened one right beside them.
Yes.
And what happened was the sales of the store, instead of going down, went up.
Why?
Motivated them.
Yeah, that's what they figured out. The crew, instead of like sitting down, texting, reading,
Pagalingan.
Wow.
they got challenged maybe.
Challenge. Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know, but that's the only conclusion we could come up with because the sales went
crazy.
up.
That's
So,
amazing.
Yeah, then it was then we saw that okay, then maybe we shouldn't be too worried. But of course, there's still competitors.
Yeah.
But that's for us, fair competition is okay.
Which goes to show that blessings come in so many forms, and sometimes the best ones come in the form of problems. So when there's a problem, you just unwrap it, and there must be a blessing somewhere here.
Yeah, actually, it was because of that whole incident that they have an insider and that there's that we sort of look at our business. Is this really worth doing?
Wow.
Kasi, I mean, it hurts, diba?
Yeah.
If people that you trust
Yeah.
betray you.
Yeah.
So that's when we figured out that there has to be a purpose.
There has to.
So it was all that everything
Wow.
came into place and
Yeah. Wow. Gosh. Someone is asking, what's the projected ROI of a store?
yeah. The fastest ROI we had was 3 weeks.
Oh gosh.
Oh no, because 35,000
Yeah.
is a small amount.
Okay. But still.
Yeah, 3 weeks. But on the average, maybe around 3 to 6 months,
Okay.
Yeah.
depending on the location.
Depending on the
Because
location.
sometimes the rent is really
Yeah,
high.
yeah.
Yes, the
But-
rent is high.
Yeah, but like I said, our franchisees don't have to worry about losses because
Yeah.
they return everything.
Yeah.
It's more of how much do they sell? Is it enough for the rental, the
Yeah.
crew?
And that's why you're looking for your new model now, of really going down, that the crew member is also the owner. So that's the kind of,
Yeah.
that's the new model you're trying to look at.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
an
pushing.
option. Yeah.
It's an option. It's an
Yeah.
option. All right. Did you make a business plan beforehand?
Unfortunately, no.
Woo!
No, because like I said before, we tried it out. It was for free.
Yeah.
We couldn't. We weren't sure if it would take off.
Yeah.
It's the time when we came in.
Yeah.
Our competitors were selling at 15 pesos,
Yeah.
and we sold our donuts at 8 pesos.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's enough
Okay.
margin difference for us to penetrate the market.
Yeah.
So if you say business plan, yeah, I guess in a sense,
Yeah.
like a college business plan,
The-
but not a real business plan.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Dean Pax would say, write it down in a napkin. So, but if the essentials are there.
Yeah.
It's like we did that some trial and errors as well.
Yeah.
By the way, we weren't too worried because, as I mentioned earlier, we had several failed businesses before,
Yes.
but they were also in the food industry.
Oh.
So some of the equipment, the more
Yeah.
expensive ones, were there already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we didn't really have to put a lot of money to start it up.
So there was one failed business before Happy House?
One, two, maybe two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you need to understand that this is a successful business, hugely successful. But just we need to mention that they had two failed food businesses before this, but they didn't stop. That's the key. You just have to keep on until you make it happen. Ano yung failed food business now? Can you share?
Yeah. The first one is we franchised pastry shop from Singapore,
Wow.
and
Oh, that's expensive.
yeah, it was quite expensive since it wasn't really a known brand,
Okay.
and this was
At that-
14, 15 years ago.
Yeah, and at the time, since the ingredients that we're using were real fruits, and we had to import the cream and the
Ooh.
apples,
Oh,
the fruits,
gosh.
and it's
High end.
It's high-end,
It's a
yeah.
high-end
Yeah.
product.
So at that
And,
time,
yeah.
maybe the market wasn't ready.
It
yet.
wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
It's
So
sometimes
for that
business
point,
is tight.
It's about timing. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, and we get a lot of people asking us now, why don't you do it again?
Yeah.
No.
It was so tedious. You couldn't imagine it going back.
Yeah, because the taste was really good, but it's an apple strudel,
Yeah.
so it's like a log. If you look at it, it doesn't look like much
Yes.
because it's like a pastry on top, but
Yeah.
it really tasted really good, and the way to do it was really tedious.
Wow.
It takes 3 days to
Woo!
complete the pastry.
Crazy.
Yeah, so
And at that time, we were required to use a certain brand of butter
Okay.
that's
Okay.
considered high end.
Yeah.
So I remember like the first year that we operated, the raw material of that particular butter increased 5 times, and we couldn't increase our selling price anymore.
No more.
So it wasn't sustainable for
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
But it's good. So we're just sharing this. It's very important. You know, we fail. I've failed so many times, but you just don't stop. You just keep on. How do you manage to attend all your businesses?
well, for now, I'm focused on Happy House,
Yeah.
and like I said, we have a partner who's also with us for the modular business.
So it's really people. Then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then how do we contact? How do people contact you?
Well, you can check our website. All the details are there. But we have a phone number. I don't know if
Or Facebook.
Just
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go. You know, Happy House Facebook and website. Website is Happy House also.
happyhousedonut.com. Yeah.
Happy House. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. So maybe in closing, Andrew and Michelle, what's your last message? Advice to entrepreneurs or want to become entrepreneurs? You know, what would be your last message for us?
Sa akin, yeah, like what you mentioned, don't be afraid to fail, and don't be afraid to try, because you wouldn't know. And always ask for guidance from the Lord. That really helps. And I really believe that there's a sea of blessings and abundance that's surrounding us. Just always keep your eyes open.
Wow.
So
So
For me, I think it's something. I don't know if it's because our friends from TRC always hashtag. I don't know if TRC is never stop learning.
yeah.
never
Never
stop
stop learning.
learning.
Because in any business, I mean, you could be focused on doing business, but if you learn about something that's interesting, keep learning about it. And especially if you're in a community like the TRC, you really get exposed to a lot of different
That's
businesses.
right. That's right.
So yeah, never stop learning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just like to reiterate that, in any business, there will always be problems. So let your purpose be bigger than your problems.
Yeah.
Wow. Powerful.
That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Well, guys, just want you to know, it's one of the things that we do in the Truly Rich Club is we expose you to mentors and inspiring examples. And Andrew and Michelle are definitely like they inspire me. Just talking with them, being with them, seeing how kind they are, and yet how very good entrepreneurs they are. It's like wow, some people think that to be an entrepreneur you have to be in Tagalog madugas. Or, galing yan, galing na entrepreneur yan, businessman talaga yan. Ano yan eh? There's another word. I forget. Magulang or but you know what? It's no. You're just kind. You're such kind people.
Thanks to you.
No, no,
Your
no.
mentoring. Yeah.
So, oh, by the way, this is what we do in the Truly Rich Club. And if you want to be part of the club, go to our website, trulyrichclub.com. And I have a live seminar for those of you who live in Metro Manila this Saturday. It's seats. There are still a few seats available. Hope you join me. It's our banner seminar, How to Make Millions in the Stock Market. So we teach all people that this is the basic. Like if you really want to grow your money, don't put it in the bank, put it in the stock market and make it grow. How do you do that? Some people are afraid of the stock market, and we teach people, no, it's not. Don't be afraid. So go there. If you want to sign up for that seminar, it will be at www.trulyrichclub.com/stock market seminar. We'll put it in the comment section so you can sign up. If you live in Metro Manila in the suburbs, I hope to see you on that seminar. I'll be teaching that seminar with my mentor Edward Lee, and it's going to be a powerful seminar. 1:30 in the afternoon in PICC. And those of you who are living abroad, you're not yet a member of the Truly Rich Club, go to the website www.trulyrichclub.com. That's where you sign up to become a member and try it out. We help people grow in their attitude, in their disposition, and what we're going to do most likely, I'm just waiting for the right circumstances. We're going to have a separate, more in-depth webinar for members of the Truly Rich Club. So this is a free webinar, and then we'll have a second webinar for members only, just to go deeper. And so that's the plan. And so hope you join us and be part of the Truly Rich Club. Thank you. I will see you. When will I see you again? I will see you again. Yeah. I'll see you this coming Thursday, and it will be because this is a weekly webinar. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Andrew. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you.
Such a blessing. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Thank you so much. See you next Thursday. God bless you.